Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today, I will be discussing about the requirements and process in applying for permit to transport. As you know, permit to transport is a mandatory requirement for transporting generated hazardous waste within the establishment. This is according to DAO 2013-22, known as the Procedural Manual for Hazardous Waste. PTT has 6 months validity, and the quantity of hazardous waste to be transported shall not exceed the quantity indicated on the permit. So without further ado, let's begin by enumerating the requirements. Flash on the screen are the requirements for PTT application. First is the Hazardous Waste Registration Certificate. Next is Notarized Memorandum of Agreement or Affidavit of Undertaking, Service Agreement between Hazardous Waste Generator, TSD Facility and Hazardous Waste Transporter. Next is Result of Laboratory Analysis if applicable, or this is just optional. Next is Transporter Registration Certificate and Transport Management Plan. We will be also needing the schedule of hauling or transport of waste, route of transport, TSD Registration Certificate, latest self-monitoring report, and Environmental Compliance Certificate of the TSD facility. This is the example of the Hazardous Waste Generator Certificate. If you don't have the certificate yet, click the link below for the application process. Most of the time, this requirement will be coming from your service provider. All you need to do is ask for the template and carefully review its content. If there are no issues, sign the memorandum per page and ask the service provider to sign as well. Then have it notarized. Notarization is usually shouldered by the service provider, but it depends on the agreement of both parties. Laboratory Analysis or TCLP, Toxicity Characteristic Leaching Procedure, is not really a mandatory requirement. However, it has a great advantage as you will be able to accurately identify what wastes are really considered hazardous. Hence, you will be able to reduce transportation or hauling and treatment cost. TCLP applies to all hazardous waste regardless of its characteristic, whether solid, liquid, or sludge. The following requirements such as Transporter Registration Certificate, Transport Management Plan, Schedule of hauling or transport of waste, Route of transport, TSD Registration Certificate, and Environmental Compliance Certificate of TSD facility will also be coming from the service provider. Simply ask them for the copy of the mentioned documents. Next is your latest SMR submitted to DENR or LLDA if applicable. Now that we have already mentioned the requirements, let's go with the application procedure. This will be done online. I will be placing the link in the description below. For the application process, first is of course to log in into your HWMS account. Fill up the necessary details. If you don't have HWMS account yet, you need to create one before proceeding to this step. I put the link on the description below. Moving forward, note that one of the information to be filled up is a quantity of hazardous waste to be reflected on the Permit to Transport certificate. DENR is strict when it comes to the volume reflected on the PTT. You shall follow the computation or formula as described in this slide. The formula is remaining quantity of waste from the previous quarter plus the generated waste multiplied by 2 equals the quantity for PTT. Note that remaining means quantity from previous quarter indicated in Module 2B of SMR. Generated means quantity of generated waste from current quarter indicated in Module 2B of SMR. I have also created a templated Excel file wherein computation of the discussed quantity is automatic. All you need to do is encode the remaining quantity of waste from previous quarter and the generated waste from the current quarter. If you guys want a copy of the Excel file, simply give us a like, click the subscribe button, like and follow our FB page and FB group. The next step is to upload all necessary documents or the requirements discussed previously. If there will be no issue with your submitted application within 3 to 7 working days, an order of payment will be generated by EMB. Pay the necessary fees. Payment can be online through LinkBiz, on-site through EMB office, or through Land Bank branch. Then upload the proof of payment such as official receipt or deposit slip, etc. And last but not the least is to wait for 3 to 7 working days for approval, then print the approved permit. For you to further understand the computation, I will be showing you an example. In this example, your uploaded SMR is 3rd quarter 2022, hence, previous quarter refers to 2nd quarter 2022. Based on the module 2B of your uploaded SMR, the remaining quantity is 0.5 metric tons used oil, and the generated waste from 3rd quarter is 0.2 metric tons used oil. Following the formula, remaining waste from the previous quarter shall be added on 2 multiplied by generated waste of the current quarter. Hence, 0.5 metric tons used oil shall be added to 0.2 metric tons used oil multiplied by 2. So, 0.2 metric tons times 2 is 0.4 metric tons. Then 0.5 metric tons shall be added to 0.4 metric tons. There you have it. The sum is 0.9 metric tons. This will be the one that will reflect on your PTT certificate. And that's it. That's how will you apply for PTT application. Anyway, as a way to thank you for reaching this part of the video, I will be sharing you the following side notes and tips. Number 1. Always ensure that the hazardous waste quantity reflected in your SMR is tallied to the actual quantity stored at your storage facility. If you're a small generator, you can wait for at least 1 year to accumulate the waste before hauling. If after a year and the quantity of waste is still small or less than 1 metric tons, or depending on the agreement between you and your service provider, you can coordinate with other companies for a consolidated hazardous waste hauling. To do that, you may consider joining PCO groups and/or PCO events to gain connections and increase your network that may help regarding this matter. Number 4. Hazardous waste has a retention period indicated in DAO 2013-22. Hence, disposing it at a specified time is crucial. And last but not the least, always keep copies of hazardous waste hauling records for at least 3 years. And that's all for our today's video. I hope you learned something and enjoyed this as well. Thank you for watching and see you on our next video. Goodbye!